Hello and welcome. It is 8:30. It is the 27th day of August 2021. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming. You haven't seen my face in a while because I've been playing with advanced editing. But for this one, I had to have some physical props. So sadly, you have to see this handsome face again. Don't be jealous. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. It is RPG a Day 2021. It is day 27. Every day for the month of August, we have conducted this experiment brought to us by autocratic.com and castingshadowsblog.com, where we have this list of prompts, and then we apply the prompts to some aspect of our role-playing game life. And today's prompts are fraction as in one half, not faction, because you could talk about factions in role-playing games, but fractions in role-playing games? Yep. Practice, Kindle, and group. Practice, group, Kindle. Kindle I could work with. Kindle, because Kindle makes me think of tablets and these things, which makes me think of the never-ending paradox of PDFs versus printed out hardback books. Are PDFs of RPGs a benefit or a disadvantage? And where does the legality lie on PDFs in sites like the Trove or even Drive-Thru? Because once I get a download from Drive-Thru, there's nothing stopping me technically from giving that PDF to other people, which is costing the Drive-Thru person money. And pirate sites like the Trove, though I don't know, is the Trove really even count as a pirate site anymore? You know, which allow us to have access to PDFs and copies of games, several of which don't exist anymore. And it's one of the few ways to maintain the legacy titles like, I don't know, Tinker's Dam, Ravenstar, even though those sites are constantly getting taken down because of copyright. But, you know, PDFs versus hard, it's a weird world because PDFs are great, but they're also not. And here's why. Because if you're going to use a PDF for a game, the only way you can use it, unless you print it out, is one of these things, or a tablet, which is fine. Except, science and math has shown us that it is technically faster to look it up in the book or look it up on a piece of paper than it is to look it up on this, because with this you're depending upon a whole bunch of electronic outside factions. Why does this look so fuzzy? With this, I think I made it worse. With this, you're there's outside things, which means the amount of time it takes for you to look up the information that is stored on this and stored on the PDF is directly proportional to the amount of energy and battery and processing speed this has, as well as, the Wi-Fi of wherever you are and how fast that is and how fast you can take it to. So looking something up on this could take anywhere from, 2.5 seconds to a couple minutes, and it has. On the other hand, if I just have it printed out or on a piece of paper, I can just go, bam, bad guy, armor class 6. You need to roll a 7 or higher to hit him. There you go. I don't have to go, wait, hold on. God damn the internet here. I missed the page. Oh, yeah. Bad guy. Guys. So that's the disadvantage. The advantage is PDFs are technically cheaper and easier to carry around. I can carry hundreds of PDFs on this thing. Probably more. I don't have room for hundreds of books. And I really don't want hundreds of books. Do you? I mean, especially if it's a game I'm never, ever going to use. I don't want it taking space. I'd rather just know that I have the electronic version of that game floating around in the cloud that I could access for whatever reason, especially, if it's like random tables or there's just one thing from that particular box set that I want to use for the game that I'm currently running, and there's nothing else, then the PDF is fine because all I have to do is go to that page and go bam, and then bam, and there you go. So that's great. But then it comes to, how do we Kindle them out? I knew I was going to fit that word in something. The fractions of information that are available to us, there I did it again, from taking it from up here in the cloud into here, because that time frame, that digital drag can be a bummer and can really take you out of the immersion of the game. The minute you see this, it sort of ruins the game, because I don't see you, now I see this. And you don't see me, now you see this. And plus, it's way too tempting, as long as I have this, to, I don't know, text, answer emails, watch a YouTube video. Hey guys, I know you want to see something really funny. This video of this kid going down this slide, and I know we're in the middle of a fight, but it wasn't my turn, so I was looking, and this is hilarious. So just 2 minutes, just watch this. There goes my immersion. Why does this look so awful? No, it looks a little better. Not much. Oh, who cares? You're not watching me for what I look like. So yeah, but a PDF is cheaper. But if I really want to take full advantage of the PDF, don't I kind of have to print it out? Which means I'm actually spending more money. Now, I always thought it would be a cool idea if a game store bought a printing thing and a binder and charged people to print out PDFs for them. But does that become just any way, shape, or form financially an advantage to just having the hardback book? Like, first I have to pay to download the PDF. Then I have to pay to print it out. Then I have to pay to print it. And I give that all to you, store owner. So that's, let's say it's a $5, whatever, $10 PDF, $5 PDF. Then it's printing it out. How much is that going to cost me? Are we talking 5 cents a page? I don't even know what the Kinko's translation is anymore. But it's probably going to cost me another 10 to 20 bucks. And then printing it, binding it, that's probably another $5. So it ends up costing me the same amount as it would have if I just went over and bought the hardback, and it doesn't make my life any easier. The only thing it does is now I have a physical representation of the Kindle PDF, which means it's technically a prop I could use, and it's technically faster for me to look something up in the actual book than looking it up online, depending, as I said. And then, of course, it comes back to the whole legality of PDFs, because once I download a PDF, technically there's nothing stopping me from giving it to other people. So it's both a blessing and a curse. The blessing is it allows us to have instant access to tons of information and reduces the amount of books and props we have to bring us. Plus, PDFs are a great way to keep lesser known titles alive and keep legacy titles alive. If it's a title that's not in print anymore, this PDF might be the only way for me to ever appreciate this product. The curse is that it's really doesn't make that much of a difference at the table, because for really fully to take advantage of it, I either have to look it up on here, which is a time drag and can totally distract from the game, or I have to print it out, which ends up costing me about the same much as I would have had I just special ordered it. The only advantage, again, is PDFs allow access to titles that we might not be able to get anymore from a distributor. There might be legacy titles that the only way you can get them is paying triple the price on eBay, or PDF. So, today's word was Kindle and fraction, and I had no way of, faction I could have worked with, but fraction? What aspect of role-playing does fractions make you think? Well, is there such a thing as half a hit point? I don't know. So, Kindle, PDFs, the never-ending paradox of PDFs. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you not care? Let me know. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. If you appreciate this content, please subscribe. Yeah, I need a new camera for this computer, or I need to clean this one. I will talk to you later, because I'm a fraction of a man when you look at me like this. Subscribe!